At this hour, there are hundreds of thousands of people here in Tiananmen Square, perhaps as many as 500,000, even more. In the history of communist China, there has never been anything like this. For the first time in huge numbers, the ordinary men and women of Beijing have joined the student protest, lending their support to what has now taken on all the appearances of a peaceful popular uprising against the oppressiveness of communist rule, a campaign for China's renewal in an atmosphere of freedom and democracy.
The government has to admit that this demonstration is a patriotic demonstration.
As the afternoon wears on here, the crowd gets bigger and bigger, and there are some extraordinary groups lending their support to the students. In the past few minutes, a research group of the State Council, that's the Chinese cabinet, has marched into the square, waving its banners to the applause of many here.
Dobra, powiem tak, no ilu jest moderatorów? Bo będzie trzeba to wyszczelać wszystko, bo to już się nie da nic robić. Jest wolność, jest nadaron, jest świstak i złodziej. No to panowie, słuchajcie. Wiadomość teraz do moderacji. Timeoutujcie na 10 minut za te catch on fire'y, kurwa, wystrzelajcie ich, bo ja nie wiem, co tu się dzieje w ogóle, nie? Strzelajcie do nich.
CNN has been told by the Chinese government here in Beijing that in 42 minutes the government will pull the plug on all satellite transmissions out of the People's Republic of China.
What followed became one of the most memorable moments in the history of television news. CNN managed to hook up a camera inside its control room, and suddenly the standoff was being shown on live TV around the world.
The government has ordered us to shut down our facility. We are shutting down our facility. Can we sign off? May we sign off?
Scattered protests continue to sputter, and there are new reports of skirmishes and violence in the wake of this weekend's massive military assault aimed at smashing China's pro-democracy demonstrations.
Bob, there are fires burning, blockades burning at two corners of the square.
We could get still photographs out, but not live video, because Chinese authorities had pulled the plug on satellite transmissions.
Soldiers now moving into the square again from the south. This time, they're moving exactly toward us. I'm going to move out of the way. You hear that gunfire?
We do hear it.
Okay, we've got to get out of here.
And so the phone was in my hand, and the CBS News control room in New York was recording the call when a squad of Chinese soldiers turned on us.
They're after Derek now. They're ripping away his camera. They're ripping away his camera, and they're coming for us. We're trying to move back and move away. Oh go!
Correspondent Richard Roth reporting. Hundreds of civilians were killed in that crackdown, not in the square itself, but in the surrounding streets. Most of the world called it a massacre. The Chinese government has always called it the June 4th incident.